All right, so that's the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Again, we'll have more detailed coverage on that for our Law of Self-Defense members. The first news item I wanted to cover was this involving Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg. She's been the district attorney, I think it's her second term. If I recall correctly, they're 4-year terms. She's a year or two into her second term. And she had this meeting with the press in which she basically complained about the judges in Houston who are releasing violent offenders hand over fist. And crime rates in Houston, as you might imagine, are skyrocketing. And I don't mean petty crimes. I mean crimes like murder, violent crimes. So people are being arrested for violent crimes and they're being given bond. All right, well, we can argue the merits of that. But then out on bond, they're being arrested again while on bond for another violent crime. And they're being released on bond. And then they're arrested again for another violent crime. And again, the courts are giving them bond. And so these violent offenders, they're back on the street almost before the police have completed their paperwork on these guys to commit yet another violent crime and be released again, yet on bond. So District Attorney Kim Ogg says, hey, this is a bad state of affairs. I just want to make the public aware they should be complaining about the judges who are doing this. Fair enough. I would agree with her on that statement. It's also notable that people who are being arrested on charges of murder are being released by these local judges in Houston on bond and then going back to their communities and killing the witnesses against them that would appear in their murder trials. That's the state of things in Houston today, folks. That's what these judges are doing in Houston. And Kim Ogg finds this objectionable. And of course, that's a perfectly reasonable position. I would find this objectionable too. What is ironic about this is that Kim Ogg herself is a Soros-funded prosecutor who was all for criminal justice reform. In her last race to get elected to this position of DA in Houston, in Harris County, she received $500,000 in funding from George Soros. Folks, $500,000 is a tsunami of money for a prosecutor's race. I mean, basically, it buys you the race. So she bought her seat with George Soros' criminal justice reform money, and now she's complaining about how judges of the same mindset are doing bad things by releasing all these violent felons, as if she wasn't swimming in the same Soros pool as all these judges. So very, very ironic. Unfortunately for Harris County, as I say, Kim Ogg is only, I think, in halfway through her second year of her 4-year term. They've got her until December 31st, 2024. Lord only knows how long they have these judges in these seats. But things are getting sporty in Houston these days, which was never, let's face it, among the least violent cities in America to begin with.